share the overall thoughts on the game and really what you were saying to the fans.
Yeah, no, just disappointed and wanted to thank them obviously for their support in a real a tough afternoon for us. So it was just the crazy game. Gave Chelsea so many good situations from crazy episodes that were so avoidable, and we were badly punished. So to go from where we were first half, although we still gave them a goal in the first half, to go from where we were in the first half to what happened, to go from 2-2 to 5-2 in that spell was obviously unrecoverable for us. And there's a lot there that all of us have to look at and make sure that we understand how and why it happened, and that it's unacceptable to go the way it did.
Some people will look at it and suggest that you sell your best defender, you don't replace him, and then you see some basic errors like that. What would your response be to, I suppose, that thesis?
Yeah, I understand that opinion. Obviously, the goals to go. We go 1-0 down, and then we're, I think, the better side up until half time. We equalise to go 1-1, and then we give them a goal from a goal kick, which is mad. We had ages to get back in shape from the goal kick, so we go 2-1 down, and we have to fight our way back, and we get back to 2-2, and you think, okay, decent performance that with some craziness and some mistakes in there, and then you come out for half time and you let them pass a free kick straight into their number 9 and get to a 2v1 on our left side, when we had ages to get in shape. And then for the 4th and 5th goal, we have no left back in place. That part of the pitch is just completely wide open. They were mad to go from where we were to that, and not things that I've ever seen before from them on the training pitch. Tough for the. I mean, they know how I feel about it, the players. And when I speak about the players, I always include myself in it. So we have to take real responsibility for a 6-2 home defeat against a good side, albeit, we made some errors and they were very, very good at punishing us clinically. They didn't miss too many opportunities. It felt like every time they had an opportunity, it ended up in the back of the net. But loads there that we can tidy up and that we will tidy up. But a real tough afternoon, and a real one that you have to take on the chin and make sure that we learn from.
I hope you're still taking the fans with you. I mentioned the chanting your name at the end there. I mean, that's going to be important. You've spoken a lot about the fans and how important they'll be to
Yeah, a tough one for them, I guess, because they were probably sat there enjoying their team having a right good go against a team that have spent billions, and going toe to toe, and then feeling like there was a huge gulf between the two sides for the rest of it. So, a tough afternoon for the fans, which I apologise for my part in, because I don't want them to have to suffer games like that. I think, we played Arsenal and Chelsea. We've lost our captain and one of our best players. So if anyone thought this first 2 weeks was going to be easy, I think I knew it wouldn't be easy. And today shows you just how difficult it can be then if you do fall below the level that we try and set. So lots of things, I focus purely on myself and my own part in it initially, and making sure that there's a good understanding from the players around how I feel and how it got to where it got to. And then we have up until Wednesday to put it right, and for the cup game, and then up until Saturday next weekend to put it right in the Premier League.
Just one final one. Do you squeeze some positives out of it in terms of the attacking, particularly first half and last again, and the first?
There will be positives. I'm pretty sure the Wolves fans will be keen for me not to talk about them at this moment, so we'll leave the positives to me and my work in the office, and because we've just been beat 6-2 at home in the Premier League, so I'd rather focus really on the harsh truth and the honesty around that no way is that good enough, and no way is that going to be good enough, and we need to make sure we improve.
Your system and your way of playing slightly from last season.
Yeah.
Has what you've seen this afternoon changed your opinion at all? Whether you've actually got the players that can
there's a lot to look at this afternoon. Weirdly, most of the chances didn't come from that. You know, the goal kick they score from, we're nowhere near in shape. The free kick they score from, we're nowhere near in shape. At no point in pre-season, with all the things that we've worked on, have we ever worked on not having a left back in place. So there's 4 of the goals this afternoon against Chelsea that are nothing to do with the slight tweak in the system. But of course, you know, I have a good understanding of the group and what it needs. And today was obviously miles below the level, so all things will be considered in trying to get us into the best place possible to be competitive in the Premier League. A lot of that is dependent on players that we have, players that we're able to get. So there's an important week coming up, as we know, for firstly myself and the players to respond, and secondly for the football club, because everyone knows the financial restrictions that we have and that have been in place since I arrived. But you know, we have raised good funds in this window, so hopefully the group will need some help. The Premier League's tough. Once the window shuts in a week's time or just under, whatever it is, it doesn't open again for a good few months. So when that shuts in 6 days' time, we are what we are, and we need to be really comfortable with where we are. So there's a lot of work for myself to do. Firstly, I'm focusing on my own job, and I need to get better than that out of the group that I already have. And then just an understanding that the Premier League's tough, and you sell good players, it makes you weaker.
Just on those restrictions, have they changed at all since the end since the end of last season? But both yourself and Matt spoke in terms of break-even window, and that doesn't seem to be what we're hearing.
I think we'll see whether it's a break-even window by the time it shuts next Friday. By the time it shuts next Friday, we'll see exactly where we are and what we've been able to do. So, a similar answer to I gave earlier, really. I can sit here and speak about transfers, but off the back, if I'm really, really honest with you, off the back of a 6-2 home defeat, I feel uncomfortable talking about what anyone else should be doing and what maybe we should be doing in the transfer window. And like that out there is my responsibility, and I'll really focus on that and what's just gone on. And the transfer window and what I think of it, as I've been honest with you guys from the start, and my view on it hasn't changed. We've raised some good funds, and hopefully we're able to use them well in the next 6 days.
Gary, tensions flared quite a lot today, especially in that first half. Do you think that had an impact on the focus of the players?
Last season we suffered 3 maybe goals where I thought we lost focus due to emotion from throw-ins and things. So I was conscious of that, and I did speak to the players about it at half time. But yeah, just small errors that were made to look huge by a side that punished us really clinically today. So there is a little bit of that, of being able to remain focused when the game is full tilt, and something that we do definitely need to improve upon.
Must be frustrating when the players obviously just completely out of position and not doing what you're.
Yeah, no, there's no that's my fault. So I want to be really clear that I'm not sat here blaming players. I never ever do that. It's always our responsibility. So whatever goes wrong out there, whether it's part of my plan or part of a misunderstanding or players going off and doing what they think is best, it all comes down to me. So comfortable with that. A tough day, one that we will get to work on straight away and see if we can put right.
3 of the goals, Chelsea's goals in the second half, coming from overloads to your left, Gary. I just wonder whether you could explain the absence of a left back in that.
Tough to explain. Yeah, just out of position. We end up out of shape, and not for really any great reason. Decision making, I guess, and maybe a loss of focus, and like the question I was just asked about, maybe the emotion and getting caught up in the frantic nature of the game took us away from thinking clearly enough and focusing on our own jobs and where we were supposed to be. So crazy goals. Never seen anything like it from us before. So we'll need to make sure that we get to the bottom of why and how it's happened, and that it doesn't happen again.
Is the reality that something long time ago maybe people might have delivered, some rollickings or whatever, things might have got tensions might flare internally. Is the reality that's pretty different now? Building and everyone's trying to grow together. It almost feels like it's counterproductive almost to kind of people to lose their rag about.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's no losing of rag, but they know how strongly I feel about the errors that were made, and they know that I include myself in any criticism. So there is a togetherness, and there is a, we suffer that together, and it will always be that way while I'm here and they're my team. So, but they know how I feel about all of them. They know I feel strongly about how the second half went, and they know how keen I'll be to start to put things right as quickly as possible.
Great, thank you.
All right.
Pardon? No. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.